So this is the guide for using the math without numbers micro workbooks. The they're called micro workbooks because they just literally focus on one task, you know, short form content essentially. So this one specifically focuses on 1 plus 1. It says 3 plus, but if you find that it's not something your 3-year-old can do, that's fine. I personally have had experiences with 3-year-olds who would be able to do this, so that's the reason why you would see that there. Um, so let's dive into it. So these first set of instructions are pretty straightforward. Resist the urge to think for your child. Know that is tempting. It's very important that kids learn early to think critically for themselves so that they can continue to evolve in their life and be more independent as they grow. I personally was very sheltered, so I really value the opportunity to teach kids from the perspective of them being able to do it on their own sooner rather than later. So um, resist the urge to think for each other. Um, this activity is for 1 plus 1. You're not gonna see the numbers like that because, as it says, math without numbers. If they don't know the symbols, that's fine. I've had one identify the symbol. That's fine because math without symbols is coming. Ask questions about it. What do you think it means based on what you see happening here? Decide you're about to tell them something, stop and think of a way you can ask us a question instead. So sometimes we even tell in our questions, do you notice that this does that? You're still telling because then that's just a yes or no question. You want to ask open-ended questions that prompt thinking. At this stage, we're neither confirming nor denying whether or not they're correct either. We want them to sit with the thought because whether we know or not, our subconscious keeps thinking about problems we're unable to solve in the moment, even after the moment has passed. So let it mellow. If you find yourself reacting, probably try to ask a question or ask, are you sure? Or, but still do not confirm or deny. Okay, so here is the first set of activity, and the template remains pretty much the same throughout the activities for this series. We know that math is all about pattern recognition, and if you can get them to even pick up the pattern between the micro-workbook or throughout the micro-workbook, bonus points for you. So here we want them to see the pattern of putting one thing with another thing and then having two of those things. Can they come up with that? Can they see that? What do you notice here? it's a very general question. Could probably make it more specific. What do you notice when this goes with that? You know? And then, do you notice the same thing here? How about here? So now they're coloring and their minds are still going. Sound effects, courtesy of the bike. They're coloring, the minds are going. And the coloring also deepens the impression of the pattern in the mind. So therefore, it gives them time to sit with it. So now, some guidance before you move on, because remember you still haven't confirmed or denied their observation. I'm going to come back to it, but for here, you need to see it so you can understand. The first part, it gives them the opportunity to demonstrate if they have indeed noticed the pattern that existed in the previous images. So, based on what happens here, you are now going to make some decisions. If it's correct, then even if what they were saying before didn't sound too sound, then you've given them the opportunity to demonstrate, even if their words weren't so coherent or they couldn't come up with the right words or whatever. It gives them the opportunity now to demonstrate and you can see. So you might be able to now help them with the wording at that point. You know, if what they have is incorrect, but what they observed seemed correct or was correct, then have them recall that observation. And when they recall that observation, ask them using the same words that they used, if that is also true of what they did. So remember, your observation was correct. So now by your correct standards, is your work correct? If their observation is incorrect and the work is incorrect, you will have to talk back about the images. You may give it some time, you may take a break. Wait. Ultimately, remember not to tell. Try to ask questions, open-ended questions. The last one now gives them ultimate control. They will now have to come up with their object and make the statement true, following the same pattern. If you want to go ahead and introduce numbers at this point, have fun. Here now is some things to take it a bit further, or some things, some stuff, some thoughts. Take it a bit further. Can you count the number of, pick out one of the objects from the cover. So all of the covers are unique and tell a story. Let's see if they can also tell that story or tell their own story from the cover. So bring them back to the cover and use these questions to expand their minds. So, can you count the number of, so now you're just doing some counting, reinforcing some number concept. how many, whatever, pick an object. Um, can they use objects from the cover to make the same number sentence? Can they make up a story based on what is happening on the cover? Where are the people on the cover? What are they doing? What shapes do you see on the cover? And in the activity, do the people or objects look bigger when they are closer or farther? So there's some additional, some extension, bringing in the measurement, bringing in the sense of number, the sense of distance, and all of that. And then praise effort, not perfection. Congratulate with your effort paid off instead of your social. So that in the event that they get it wrong, you don't feel like it's something inherently wrong with it. Yep. So again, these may not be fit for your 3-year-old, maybe a 4 or 5. Remember, the aim is to build pattern recognition skills, because those are the skills that are important for mathematical success. Yeah. So, this guide goes with the micro-workbooks that are available for purchase on Etsy. They're digital downloads. The quality is very high, so they can be printed on very large print. So that you can actually have the fun of it. If you want to physically just print the activity pages or the whole thing. If you want to make a collection of it, if you want to get one, that's fine. If you need a whole pack, that's fine. And of course, if you want to book a tutoring session, that's also fine. Go to www.it'sbeenonthe.screen.org.com. Kind Academy International, where we put back the I in kind.